Merhabalar arkadaşlar, Oyun kanalına hoş geldiniz. Ben Sungur sizlerle birlikte oyun tanıtımlarını, oyun inceleme bölüm 2, ikinci bölümü çekeceğiz arkadaşlar. Lasik a Surgery diye bir oyun. Göz ameliyatı. En baştan mal mal konuşuyor zaten. Hemen şöyle bir göz damlasından bakalım.
Even with the numbing drops, it's possible that the patient can feel pressure and mild discomfort, but they do help with most or all the pain. Debris can complicate the procedure, so we need to make sure that the area around the eye is clean. Now that the area around the eye is clean, we'll use a device called a speculum to hold the eyelid open wide. So let's get that If the patient was allowed to blink, we might cut or burn the wrong area. At this point, we'll also mark the cornea with a water-soluble ink to guide replacement of the flap. Now we place a suction. The ring sucks the cornea upward, making it easier to cut. The patient's vision will likely dim and blur while the suction ring is attached. For this next step, we're going to slice open a flap on the cornea. To make the corneal flap, we use a mechanical microkeratome. This is a fancy name for a blade device that's attached to the suction ring. We slide it across and it cuts the top 20% of the cornea. Here we go. Slide the microkeratome along the track to create a thin flap in the cornea. With the corneal flap cut, we remove the microkeratome and suction ring and then peel back the corneal flap to expose the middle part of the cornea. This is the part we'll reshape with a laser. The computer-controlled laser is positioned over the eye. By analyzing our patient's data, we've pre-programmed the laser to tell it how much corneal tissue to remove. A flip of the switch to fire up the laser and the reshaping process is underway. Pulses from the laser will correct the shape of the cornea in less than 60 seconds. The laser makes a slight clicking sound and you might notice a faint smell similar of burning hair. And that's it. Please fold the corneal flap back into the original position, making sure our nicely done. While you were working, I went ahead and took care of the other eye. We will observe our patient for several minutes to assure the corneas bond correctly. The cornea is quite amazing in this respect. It will be bonded back to each eye in moments. Even with the corneal flap bonded back in place, the cornea is still vulnerable and could dislodge if the patient isn't careful. That's why we put a clear protective shield over each eye. This keeps the patient from bumping or rubbing her eyes. The patient will notice the improved vision immediately, or as soon as the numbing drops wear off. She may now be driven home as she won't be able to drive for a day or two. She'll come back within the next 48 hours so we can remove the eye shields, test her vision, and examine her eyes to make sure everything is healing up nicely. And there you have it, another successful surgery. You can see more of my superior surgical technique and my other procedures here on surgerysquad.com.
Kendinize iyi bakmayı unutmayın. Çok kısa olduğunu biliyorum ama arkadaşlar bu bölüm bu kadardı arkadaşlar. PC üzerinden oynanan bir oyun, flash oyun arkadaşlar. İstediğiniz gibi girip oynayabilirsiniz. Lasik a Surgery mi ne, öyle bir oyun işte arkadaşlar. Bu video bu kadar arkadaşlar, kendinize iyi bakın. Videoyu beğenseniz beğenmeyi, kanala abone olmayı, en önemlisi de tekrardan kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Hoşçakalın, dostçakalın.